There are times in life when faith seems to fade. It doesn't disappear completely, but it becomes weak, almost imperceptible. It is in these moments that many ask themselves, "Where is God?" Or even, "Is God still with me?" And it's not a wrong question. It's a human, honest question, born of pain, weariness, and uncertainty. The reality is that we all, at some point, go through spiritual deserts. Situations we don't understand, losses that leave their mark, silences that seem endless. And in the midst of all that, it's easy to feel that God has distanced himself. But today I want to tell you something clearly. God hasn't moved. If you feel distance, it's not because he has left, but because circumstances have clouded your vision. Faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is deciding to keep believing even when we don't understand. It's walking even when we can't see the whole path. It's trusting that there is a purpose, even if we can't see it right now. We often wait to feel something extraordinary before we believe. We wait for a grand sign, an immediate answer, an obvious miracle. But God, in his wisdom, usually works in the everyday, in the quiet, in the small. He is in that strength you find to get up another day. He is in that person who appears at just the right moment. He is in that peace that, without logical explanation, arrives in the midst of chaos. Recovering faith is not an instantaneous act. It is a process. It begins with a decision, to draw closer again, even with doubts. To speak with God, even if you feel you don't know how. To tell him what you truly feel, without masks, without elaborate words. Authentic faith doesn't need perfection, it needs sincerity. It is also important to understand that pain is not evidence of divine absence. Often, pain is part of the transformation process. There are things that are only formed in the midst of difficulty: character, patience, true hope. It doesn't mean God wants you to suffer, but rather that even in suffering, he can work something greater. If you feel your faith is weak today, don't condemn yourself for it. Don't stray any further. Take a step, however small. Pray again. Believe again, even if it's just a tiny spark. Because faith, even the smallest, has enormous power when it rests on God. And remember this: God doesn't love you more when you're strong, nor less when you're weak. His love doesn't change. It doesn't depend on your spiritual performance, nor on how many times you failed. He's still there, waiting, not with judgment, but with open arms. Today can be the day you decide to return. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to take the first step. And on that path, you'll discover something profound, that God never stopped walking beside you. May that truth reignite your faith. May it give you the strength to continue. And that, little by little, you may rediscover that connection you thought was lost. Because it isn't. It's just waiting for you to seek it again. To support all that we have reflected upon, there are words that have accompanied entire generations in moments of doubt, pain, and the search for faith. The Psalms remind us of profound truths that remain relevant today. Psalm 23 tells us, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." It is not a promise of the absence of problems, but of constant companionship. Even in the darkest valleys, we do not walk alone. Psalm 27 affirms, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear?" Faith does not eliminate fear, but it does take away its control over our lives. Psalm 34 reminds us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." In the moments when we feel most fragile, that is when God is closest. And Psalm 91 speaks to us of protection. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. A clear image of that spiritual shield that sustains us in the midst of adversity. In light of all this, the reflection is simple yet profound. Faith is not just believing in God in the abstract. It is allowing that faith to transform how we live, how we treat others, and how we face life. It is not only about enduring difficult times, but about emerging from them with a more open, more willing, more human heart. Because true faith doesn't remain just words, it translates into actions. Therefore, today, don't just dwell on the reflection. Take a concrete step. Go see that friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Spend time with your parents, listen to them, value their presence. Forgive those who have wronged you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to live without that burden. Hug your family, express what you feel while you still have the chance. Faith is also lived this way, in the everyday, in the simple, in the human. And in each of those acts, God is also present.